that is besides the point. Howdy everybody, welcome to Tyrannosaurus Tex, a first-person shooter on the Gameboy Color. It was never officially released, but there was a prototype that eventually got released. If that makes any sense. Welcome to Eastwood. After all the excitement with the mysterious black cowboy, I was heading for Eastwood, 2-bit, one-horse town. Population 2097. The black cowboy told me his boss was somewhere nearby, and I was looking to show him some Wild West just ice. Passing close to an old mine, I espied a young girl being dragged inside by what I couldn't tell. Dismounting from my horse, I carefully approached the mine entrance, trusty Colt in hand. Oh yeah, training level. Use arrow buttons to move and turn. Okay. Walk into doors to open them. Fair enough. Sidestep, press B with left or right. Okay, that's weird. I mean, the Game Boy Color didn't have a lot of buttons, so kinda makes sense. Real shame, though. Try shooting a bigger target. Alright. Is that your bigger target? Walking over items picks them up. And I learned from trying this out that touching cactuses does indeed hurt. I'll demonstrate. Apparently hitting it twice removes one of your hearts. Pick up crates to increase your ammo. Ooh. Guided harpoons, deadly against dinos. Neat. Oh, look at that. It even had persistent rooms. This isn't like a dungeon crawler. Cycle through your guns by pressing select. I don't remember. Okay, here we go. What do y'all think of that? Gems. Finding all diamonds at a level opens secret areas. Blow up barrels by shooting at them. Okay. Use health packs to heal yourself. Just gonna switch to my trusty Colt here. Toggles map when lost. Wait. Okay, here we go. Oh, cool, look at that. You even get a top-down view. Isn't that nice? Congratulations, you have found a secret area. Collect runes to unlock extra features. It's a shame this got canceled. It's actually pretty good. I mean, considering it's a Game Boy Color game. I know someone was working on, like, a fan build of Wolfenstein 3D, but that's a little different. It's more like the Super FX. It has a processor built into the cartridge. I'm pretty sure this is building itself entirely on the Game Boy Color. I couldn't find the girl, so I decided to head back into town and find some clues about what was going on. At the saloon, the barman told me of how folks had gone missing. Of how there's a comma randomly there. And how the sheriff had gone looking for them in the newly opened diamond mine. I thought the black cowboy's boss was most likely responsible for the disappearances, but I was more interested in this diamond mine. I listened to the story of the missing folk and the girl, my mind kept going back. Those diamonds. Yeehaw, diamonds. Diamonds are a cowboy's best friend. I headed back to the mine looking to make my fortune. All thoughts of revenge on the black cowboys lost, gone from my head. What's this a sequel to? Is this a sequel? This has to be a sequel to something. I'm gonna have to look into that later. How'd I do that? That was weird. Friggin' reds. We've even got bats. Bats and spiders, they may be cool in the real world, but in the video game world, they're dead. Well, one thing this game isn't, it's particularly challenging. At least yet. I mean, let's be real, when you got the ability to shoot, now the bad guys are gonna shoot back, what? You mean to tell me that they got guns now? Oh, they got fireballs. They're like imps from Doom. Oh, crap, I didn't bring the harpoon with me. Why didn't I bring the harpoon with me? What's wrong with this cowboy? Just when I said it wasn't exactly challenging. That's when they introduced shooting enemies. Hey, y'all get out of here now. You know, I can imagine this engine being used for either Wolfenstein 3D or something similar to it. It's giving me Nightmare 3D vibes, especially the key at the end. And the portal itself, actually. I can imagine, like, someone trying to make Nightmare 3D off of this. Or hell, can you imagine if someone could reverse engineer this and make Doom off of it? That'd be kinda cool. I know someone has been trying to make a Game Boy Color Doom, but it's basically just a dungeon crawler. Not saying there's anything. Okay, force fields can reflect bullets. Okay. Anyway, I'm not saying anything against that, but it's just not as impressive as something like this. Now die, Dino Breath. Deactivate the force field to continue. Makes sense. It seems there's more to this game than meets the eye. Yeah, see, that key looks very much like the key from Nightmare 3D. It even has a similar HUD icon with the way it's orientated. It could just be a coincidence, but I mean, that's what I see. Sorry, it just is. Okay, what's over here? Decently complex maps, too. Like, they can actually be pretty big. Actually, come to think of it, Facehuggers also got on the Game Boy. But if I remember correctly, it performed significantly worse. This looks a little bit janky when you're moving around, but maybe it's because I'm emulating it, but it's running fine for me. I can imagine trying to run this on actual Game Boy hardware. Looks pretty good from where I'm standing, though. Pretty impressive, at that. This would have blown people's minds back in the day. Same with the Game Boy Color version of Resident Evil they were doing. I headed further into the darkness, more frightening, with every step I took. Suddenly, a big metal feller blocked my path, shouting, "Intruder!" The voice was familiar, And then I remembered it was just like the mysterious black cowboy. Could they be one and the same? I knew bullets wouldn't be real effect against him, so I'd have to pick my shots, go for its delicate bits. What? It worked. I felled him quicker than a champion lumberjack. I guess this is the hideout for the Black Cowboy's boss. I could settle my score with him and get rich finding diamonds at the same time. Well, lucky for you, meet the Metal Fellers, level 3. Okay, these guys are gonna be a little tougher, to say the least. Although what the Black Cowboy's boss is doing with dinosaurs is anyone's guess. Maybe they're experimenting with clones. Or maybe they're dino robots, it's hard to tell. They don't seem that tough, though. Recover the key from the maze. Fair enough. Door locked, find circle key. Whatever you say, compadre. That works out just fine for me. Let's get this done. I can't imagine this is going to be that much of a maze, but what can you expect? That looks a little weird. Look at that. It has an unintentional sloping. I shouldn't make fun of it. It's a 3D engine on the Gameboy Color. I mean, come on, that's impressive. Or, you know, like a raycast-ish engine running pretty well. Frankly, it is awe-inspiring, but it's still interesting to see the limitations of it, to say the least. There are certainly limitations, to be sure. Yeah, as expected, it's not the most complex maze in the world. Key used to unlock door. Here we go. Get back here, you robot menace. Oh, I see I'm coming under attack here. As to be expected. Well, I can sidestep by just holding B down. That's just fine with me. It's alright with me. I don't think so, you robot BA. Or should I say BO? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Robots don't have BO. Unless you mean like rust and oil. Oh, seems we got a bigger robot here. And a little bit tougher, too. Still nothing this cowboy can't handle. This cowboy can handle anything. Because he's looking to get rich and get back at the Black Cowboy's boss. I assume he means cowboy in black, you know, like a black duster. That would make a lot more sense. Unless he means like dark magic or something. Now that's just beautiful. It's also a pretty interesting use of checkerboard patterns to try to give the walls some kind of texture that isn't hard on the Game Boy Color. You can tell that it's not a real texture. It does not change. It's more like a skybox applied to the walls. But it's not a half-bad effect, if you ask me. Even if it is a little bugged out. Cactus? I have to ask y'all to quit it. Y'all to cut that out now. While these ain't the most complex map designs in the world, they do have some intricacies. At least more than you would expect from a game like this. I am certainly very impressed. That's what I'm saying. I'm easily impressed, especially with something like this, that you would not expect to be all that impressive. But then it is. That make any sense? I hope it does. What's that? Like a fireball that can't be extinguished. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let it bounce around for all eternity for all I care. I'm not gonna be here long enough to care, and you won't be either. None of us should care. See, we got more of them explodey barrels. What else could you expect? Door locked. Find triangle key. As you insist. Love how they're called like triangle and circle keys and all that good stuff. Come to think of it, now I just now noticed that that has a triangle on the end of it. I said it reminded me of Wolfenstein 3D. I mean, Nightmare 3D, not Wolfenstein. Nightmare 3D. But that is a distinguishing factor. Pretty cool right there. What cactuses are doing in caves, I got no freaking clue, though. I'm sure they just did that to make it feel more cowboy without even thinking about how it doesn't make any sense. But what are you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? Y'all hurry up and die now. You're not getting another sneaky shot off on me again, you varmint. Crazy stuff here. Then again, I think it's the most impressive when someone achieves something on a weaker system, like this, or Driver for the Game Boy Advance, or you know, Doom for the Super Nintendo, all that good stuff right there. I am more impressed when you pull off something on weak hardware than when you pull something off on strong hardware, because let's be real, any amateur can make a good looking game on the PS5, but it takes an artist to make a good 3D looking game on the Game Boy Color. Let's be honest with ourselves now. This is a miracle. This is some tech wizardry we just don't see no more. These days it's all, oh, you gotta have the best hardware, you gotta have the best GPUs if you want it to look even remotely good. What about back then? These people were like, you know what, Game Boy Color, that's good enough for me. You know what, this system may be weak as hell, but it's still good. I began to think more and more about the missing people and about the fate of the girl and what nasty things the Black Cowboy's boss might be doing to them. Wait, what if they were turned into those dinosaurs? Legal rescue? Probably not. Laser gun, good against robots. Well, I sure hope so. I see. So it is like Nightmare 3D. It even has elemental weaknesses and everything. You know, like how the blaster that you start out with in Nightmare 3D is good against robots. And then the wand is good against magical creatures, mostly witches. And then I think the pistol is mostly good against, like, bats and vampires. And it might be pretty good against the gargoyles, too. The fact that it's hit scan obviously means that it's good for nailing shots in general. Even against enemies that aren't necessarily weak to it, it's pretty good against, like, you know, the skeletons and all that crap. Alright, what we got here? Back off, Sonny Jim. That's better. I'm gonna consult with my map a little bit. I see we got some here boulders again. I may have been a little off on calling them fireballs. Now that I look at them carefully, I think they might just be boulders. You have found the square key. Well, ain't that nice? Let's plug it into the square hole then. According to this, there's a triangle door too. Yep, door locked. Find triangle key. Now this is getting more complicated. This is starting to remind me of Wolfenstein 3D, where it just has random doors leading places. Although now that I think about it, the fact that it's using doors to enter new areas entirely, like loading screens, that's also like Nightmare 3D. Although Nightmare 3D used a combination. It used both the teleporting kind of door, and it also used the sliding kind of door, so it had more variety. This is more or less just the teleporting kind of door because it has to save on memory and all that good crap. It can't just have the rooms all rendered at once. That would be too much for the Game Boy to handle. And frankly, the fact that it works as well as it does is a miracle. They had to pull some tricks here. Wait, eggs? I see. I guess if y'all want to kill all the dinosaurs, you gotta get them while they're young. Of course, they look just the same. I guess they come out fully grown or something. I think this is your robot menace. Is that really the best you got? Well, look at that. Love how the null space has like dirt and bones in it. Nice touch. It's little touches like that that really go a long way. Like I said, I'm more impressed by things like this than I am by the latest games that have system requirements that are just way too high for my liking. Like, oh no, you need like 20 gigabytes of VRAM just to play this game at 1080p. Seems kind of ridiculous if you ask me. It's not like the game even looks that much better. Like optimization just fell off a cliff or something. I best be careful, these force fields can deflect my shots, or so I've been told. What's this? What's that do? Oh, a teleport. That's a teleporter right there. That's pretty cool. Alright, y'all can just go ahead and die now. That'll be just fine. I don't think so. Probably the closest to death that I've gotten in this game. Which ain't that close to death. I'm still doing pretty good for myself, I think. Like I said, it ain't the hardest game in the world because the game can't push too much on you at once. Damn if it ain't good for Game Boy Color. That's insane, man. Alright, let me just go back through here, because there was a force field that I had done turned off, and I can use that to look around for stuff. Secret area has opened up. Where might this secret area be? Now I'm curious. I am very curious now. Where might it be? Is this a secret area? Oh, wait a minute. You can actually move the map. That's even better. I mean, you can't move it too much, but you can move it a little bit. You can see a little bit of what's ahead of you. Alright, this is where I came in from. I gotta figure that out so I can know where I'm going. Okay, I probably want to go that way. That's probably a new area. Might even be connected to the secret area. Who knows? Wait, what's over here? Was I off on that? Was this actually where I came in from? I don't remember. I'm getting all kind of discombobulated here. You gotta understand. It's discombobulating me. Wait, that can't be where I came from. That can't be right. This had to have been the force field. At least I think so. Then again, I ain't got no idea. Yeah, those are definitely teleporters, you can tell. Yeah, the button's on that side. That means the force field is on that side. But where does that even go? I'm just gonna keep going this way until I see something. It's kind of weird, though. There's like nothing here. Make me wonder if I didn't go through this area already. Oh yeah, I definitely went through this area already. Never mind. Never mind. My bad, I keep getting confused. I keep confusing myself. Alright, now I need to go all the way back. Totally fine though, everything is A-okay. Just a little bit of glitching in the matrix here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, is this just another area that I've been through already? Have I been through both of these areas already? I think I might have been. Yeah, confusing me. Wait a minute. You see that? They actually changed colors on me. I never noticed that before. It just changes the color dynamically. That makes sense why it's checkerboarded. That way it doesn't have to waste cartridge space on different textures and whatnot. It's literally just the same texture with a new color. Very clever of you. Very clever of you, if I must say. And see, once you get past here... Oh, wait a minute. It was both of them there. You actually see both of them there. Oh, wait a minute. Has that always been a thing? No, it hasn't been. That must have been just a freak accident, a freak occurrence. I had found the Eastwood lawmen. Show their gratitude for being released. They gave me another Colt 45. I was mighty thankful. I asked them about the mine owner and the girl, but they had seen nothing. The deputy thought he'd heard a girl's cry earlier, but he wasn't sure. They were going to try and get back to town. I wished them well as we parted. But they immediately ran into trouble. They were ambushed by a mean-looking robot feller. He shot the sheriff, but he did not shoot the deputy. I heard a rumbling, like thunder, but much louder. What could it be? It's almost like he shot the sheriff, but he did not shoot the deputy. He didn't do it. Square key. Alright, this one's timed for some reason. However, I'm not going to get to know what the timer's for, because I'm running out of my own time, if you know what I'm saying. I have to get out of here. Okay, force field disabled. Wait, what's over here? Alright, that's fair enough. I needed some ammo. And I guess a little bit of health. Never hurts. Well, unless I run out of health because I just grabbed one that I didn't even need. That is besides the point. Right. I should look for the doors that are actually unlocked here. Well, at least I got 2 Colts now. I shoot a little bit faster. Alright, we got ourselves a diamond. Unfortunately, it is also the end of the road, cowboy. So I'm gonna have to say, as I run around here, that is gonna have to be it for now. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in with me. Make sure to spread this video around like Colts and robots, in that order. And I will see y'all next time. Go out there and capitalize on live. As you can tell, I may be trying to delay it a little to give you as much as possible here. Peace out. Have a good one. And y'all have a nice and very pleasant day. Peace out now, you hear? Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep notified of new videos, and maybe even check out these videos right here. If you wanted to like and leave a comment, that'd be great too.